to travel and bang, baby.
This is Travel Bang. I am Marky Bravo the Mulatto. Welcome to the jungle. We're back at it again. Hit that subscribe button and share with family and friends if you gain value from my material. You know, I've been asked this question over the last couple months a lot. There's a need, and when I see there's a need, then I'm going to release a video discussing it, okay? So, as you know, I give my email address all the time, markybravo@gmail.com. That's markybravo@gmail.com. The most asked question most men ask is, wow, you're friends or you get to hang out with Dani Divine? Dani Divine, the #1 supermodel, the #1 gothic supermodel. How the fuck? What the fuck? How did you do that? How did you pull that off? You're not even gothic, motherfucker. How do you do that? How do you do that? You know, for all the men who are not following this, okay, because, you know, there's so much going on now through social media, through the films and music. So their attention span gets sucked into different directions. So you may not even know this, but Dani Divine is the #1 gothic supermodel in the goth alternative modeling industry. Number one. Like every woman who's in alternative modeling or part of the goth community, she's like the Marilyn Monroe. Let me put it in the context of that industry. Do you understand that? So my reply to the men is this, okay? You know, because other questions that came in like, well, how was it? You know, other goofy juvenile questions. Hey, you guys fuck or what? Come on, man, you could tell me, you know, shit like that. But most of the guys, their emails were inclined to ask, you know, can I pull that off too? You know what I mean? How did you do that? You know, like, come on, do tell. So instead of writing 100 emails to 100 different dudes, I figure I'd just bring out a video about it, okay? So where I zoned in onto Dani Divine is I was overseas in Kuwait about 2016, and I bumped into her work online, and, you know, hey, I'm not gonna lie, you know what I mean? I'm guilty as charged. I started masturbating to a lot of her photos. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, she has that S&M type of, you know, XXX, you know, tie me up and spank me thing going on. You know, if you look at her modeling work, and it turns you on. Even if you're not into that genre, it will turn you on looking at her work. And so I tried before, I'm not gonna lie, I tried to DM her, you know, to see if I could get a response. And you know, it's like Owen Cook from the company RSD, Real Social Dynamics, has explained at one time. He said it's called banner blindness. A lot of times if you try to communicate online with women who are in high demand, okay, they're basically on the celebrity status, okay, it's you and 1,000 or hundreds of other horny, you know, thirsty betas trying to say something, right? So, yeah, I never got through and stuff. So, you know, it's just somebody, you know, it's photos I was just jacking off to. Then fast forward. So on one of my vacations, being in Kuwait, you know, flying back to Florida, this was before the Corona crazy epidemic bullshit. I left Kuwait, hit Dubai, and then connected in Heathrow in England, and I had to wait to connect to the next flight. And as I sat there, I saw this woman just in jet black. You know what I mean? Dressed, she looked like how do you describe it? Like a sexy witch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever seen a witch with the pointy hat and wearing black and everything? But this woman was like jet black, everything, black stones in the rings, but she was beautiful. And I was like, man, where do I know this woman from? And then, you know, I said, hey, fuck it, you know, because as I said in other videos, you realize this is it. speak up or move on and live with regret. So I tapped on the shoulder. I said, excuse me, do I know you? And she looked back at me with the devil's grin and said, I don't know. Do you know me? And I said, yeah, I would like to get to know you. And I said, and then it struck me who the fuck she was. I was like, you're Dani Divine, aren't you? And she's like, yeah. You know, and this went from the conversation from there. I told her I was a fan of her work, not trying to sound too much like a fanboy. And no, I didn't say I masturbated to her photos. I wouldn't do that. And then you fast forward to it, you know, and then later I was in Afghanistan, 2 years, maybe a year and a half, 2 years, and I'm in Afghanistan. The corona shit hits. I get laid off, right? And I fly all the way back to Florida, where I live, and then the corona lockdown kind of comes to an end. And then I saw that the Vampire Ball, you know, the clubs start going in full swing again in Ybor City. That's our club district. And there's a Vampire Ball, annual, like vampire. It's a big thing, y'all. It's a big thing. And I was like, oh shit. I already knew. I was like, wait a minute. Dani does the Vampire Ball. And I always wanted to see one of her burlesque shows. So, you know what I mean? I hit her up. I texted her and asked her, hey, you going to be at the Vampire Ball? And she said, yeah. So, yeah, she said, hey, pick me up at the airport. And I said, cool. And I was like, see, once again, that shows you how cool women are from across the pond. You know what I mean? From Europe, from England. It's just, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just, in America, I feel like we live in a paranoid state of trauma. You know what I mean? Meet a woman you barely know in America, she's probably not going to ask you to pick her up at the airport. You know what I'm saying? Unless you had sex with her before or something. But yeah, so I picked her up at the airport. She was looking gorgeous, lovely, beautiful as the midnight hour under a silver moon, a silver blood moon, that is. And from there, you know, we came back to my crib, you know, we hung out, and she went to a hotel after that and, you know, got ready for her gig, her big performance at the Vampire Ball. It's a 2-night affair at the Castle. That's our gothic, crazy, wild place. The Castle, that club is called the Castle. It's internationally renowned. It's just, there's nothing like it. You know what I mean? Maybe in Berlin or maybe somewhere in London, but there's nothing like the Castle, you know? So, you know, she's just really cool. And then at the end, when all performances were done, we hung out, we, you know, took her shopping a little bit. We had a drink, you know what I mean? It's Ybor in the day. We went to some weird, place, you know, one of these places with spooky shit. Yeah, it just had a fun fucking time. And then I took her to the airport later that evening. And yeah, I mean, that's basically, I get asked a lot by guys. And that's basically how it happened. You know what I mean? And I want to tell men, if you ever, you know, get to know a woman who is a supermodel or, you know, in the profession of entertainment, just remember, she's just a girl. She's just a woman. And that's not to downplay it and to take away, but meaning they don't want you to be a fanboy. When you're a fanboy, you take away from the experience of the woman to get to know you. You know what I mean? As a man, because now, you know, you're acting like a groupie, and then they're going to treat you like a groupie. You act like a peasant and treat her like the queen, she's going to treat you like a peasant. What I want to wrap this video up, what you'll learn by hanging out with gorgeous women who happen to be professional supermodels, okay? Or in the entertainment type of industry. And not to downplay strippers, you know what I mean, in the strip clubs, but we're talking about a notch up. Saying it again, she's a supermodel, the #1 within the alternative modeling gothic community. I think people downplay what goes into that. You know what I mean? She's actually, in real life, a lot of these women are not tall. They're smaller sized women, and they put their all into it. Being a pyro performer as well. You know, she puts so much into it. I don't think most people see the energy, the pain, the loss of sleep, the sweat, blood, and tears. They don't understand that about her, you know, because we all, when we see women like that, we just see the glitz, the glam, you know what I mean? The hotness on the photos, you know, because a lot of the photos, whether we like it or not, they're airbrushed. All models, not just her. Everything is an illusion. And I always tell men, the beta males especially, I tell them, the goddess that beta males seek is an illusion. And then that was the humbling part, that she allowed me to see, you know what I mean? She allowed me to see behind the curtain. And I got to really admire, you know, somebody who I've been following a while. And it was just amazing. It was just amazing. I have so much admiration, respect for her. And, you know, in a weird way, if you want to use the word love, I have a lot of love for her. You know what I mean? And I want to say, just remember, gentlemen, when you meet women like that, it isn't all fun and games. It's a lot of work that gets put into all this. And you have to decide, are you going to be the fanboy, the beta male fanboy? And be like, oh, baby, 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 please, please, please. What can I do for you? Let me kiss and lick your boots, baby. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be that guy? Or are you going to be in a role where you can be the woman's real life friend and possibly a confidant? Okay? As we all went through, we all know there's confidants, comrades, okay, and acquaintances. That's the three. So you have to already manage your personality and, you know, show the side, because there's only once to show the true self. And the true self isn't the part where you start forcing conversations or forcing a person to see a side of you that they're just not ready to see, or, you know, giving off a false impression of something that you're not. You know what I mean? And that's the confidence that you have to have for that type of, you know, friendship or relationship, if you meet women like that, to make it work. You know what I mean? And so, gentlemen, don't be the beta male on Instagram and leave all these thirsty comments. You can go ahead, do it. But if you want to meet women like that, you're gonna have to probably run into them and be ready, cold approach pickup, be ready to go up and introduce yourself and see if there's a little chemistry. If not sexual chemistry, then just good old fashioned friend to friend chemistry. And if there isn't none of that, then it's like I always say, don't force nothing. It is what it is. How many women that beautiful women in my life that just didn't want to get to know me because there was no biological chemistry, no social chemistry, and you got to be fine with that. And that's about it, gentlemen. It is her birthday, so go to her page, wish her happy birthday. Happy birthday, Danielle. You're one of the most beautiful women that I know. You're hardworking. Keep doing your thing. Okay, till next time. Ciao.